future of virtual motorsports is now. This September, the heart of sim racing beats in Chicagoland as the Sim Gaming Expo takes over the Schaumburg Convention Center, September 5th through the 7th. Go wheel to wheel in our competition area, test the latest gear, meet top brands, creators, and celebrate with fellow sim racing enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned sim racer or new to the sport, this is your chance to be part of history. To purchase tickets and see the full exhibitor lineup, visit simgamingexpo.com.
Heck yeah, I did it. That's right, I did it. I just wrapped up a stream about 10 minutes or so ago and managed to get this one set up in time to launch just as we're getting ready to line up a Go Race. And hello again, everybody. I'm Gary Gotzo. Welcome to B1's coverage of Round 9 of Season 2 of the Sim Gaming Expo ISRA Open Wheel Series. As tonight we come to you from one of the tracks that we had one of the best races of the year last season. And that's Twin Ring Motegi in Japan. As always, joining me for expert commentary in the booth is Luis Gonzalez Nunez. Luis, we're just going to get right on into it. And there is your starting lineup on the screen there. It is Wags and Rigney up front. It is Stouffer and Herrick, team owner, team driver on row 2. Another 4D driver in row 3 right next to Clindy. That is Forsyth and Clindy. Then we got Lovern and Collins in row 4. And then the other Collins, that's Jason. And Ramsey back in row 5. And then Kirby and Gallas back on row 6. Marcamini and Rick rave on way back in row 7. Expect Rick to come to the front. I don't expect any different. Mixer and Callisto back on row 8. Not a big field tonight. Only 16 cars. Might make for an interesting race. I think there's some strategy out there. One person I've seen definitely execute strategy and get wins here is Craig Forsyth in 6. But we're getting ready to take the green flag. Lewis, what do you think tonight? Small field, might be a quick race.
I think so. Yeah, it's going to be a quick race, but it's going to be a good chance for Wagner to go away because I always said last week, I said always the first one have the chance, but the Rigney on the second one, they have only one chance also too, sorry. The second one have a second chance, only one chance to pass the first one. Green flag.
There are the points, but green flag is in motion. Now's the race. Lap 1 of 130. Here we go. It is Wags, Rigney, and Stouffer.
It is coming Rigney. Look at that. This is the only chance he have to make the pass, but he aborted. And that closes Stouffer.
Whoa, high side.
And you see, Wagner's go away. That is the only chance. Maybe they have maybe a little bit chance in here, but it's really difficult if you have a green flag, actually.
Yeah, the opportunity to pass really quickly expires here. And we're already lap 2, and if you haven't got your pass done by now, like Jim's trying to do on Kyle there, and Herrick and Clindworth, you're not gonna. It's gonna be a long run to run that guy down and try to get another attempt in because these cars are so even here. As we watch Jacob Collins, ooh, Clindy.
Yeah. You know what? I really understand about Clendy, that move. Sometimes you think and you have the approach to make the turn, but the wall is getting close, and in one blink, the wall is next to you. So good pass for make the Stoffer. Maybe it's not complete the pass. Stoffer is still side by side.
Stoffer in a new livery. I like the old one, though. I like the old one. It just works for me. Ooh, Clendy pushes up in the center of the corner. Little side-by-side action by the two guys that are going to eventually probably be battling for the points championship before this season runs out. Stoffer holds on to third, Clendy back to fourth, Herrick in fifth. But our points leader, you saw the points graphic, the points leaders is Wags and Rigney, and there they are on the point, first and second. There are the points one more time, just to give you a reminder. Rigney with the points lead, over 4 points over Jacob Collins. Clendy, then Forsyth, then Wagner. Callisto, Stoffer, Rick Ravon, Richie Hearn not in the lineup tonight, and Marcamini in 10th.
It's not going to be a big surprise to see a small field when we are in June, July, August, when everyone go outside to vacation. And people like me, we have to work for sure. We have to still in the city, try to make more and more and more for maybe some future. But yeah, it's something normal we see in this time. So, but I think we have a good feel. It could be a good feel for staying green for a while.
We got Clendy's mom checking in chat. Also, Rick Ravon's fans checking in chat.
Man, it sounds so different, this car now.
Now, I take that. We will turn that over to people in chat and people watching. If the cars sound different, yes, they are different. That is a new update that iRacing put out last week. And one of the updates on this car is the audio. That it is a new update. It has a bit of a, especially under low revs, I call it the Dallara purr or growl, where the car kind of goes. It just sounds so awesome and so real. Clendy to the inside of Jim Herrick. I believe they called it the Chewbacca purr, the Chewbacca growl, or something like that on iRacing.
Yeah, you're right.
Hugo Gallus to the inside of Kirby. Gallus gets it to rotate on the bottom. Kirby slows down, just gets back in line, ducks in behind Gallus, and that's where he's going to have to be, because the next best chance for him to really kind of get a pass on him is right back in turn 3. Big bump in turn 2 there. You see Gallus's car go over it. But we're going to give you an in-car shot. Here comes Justin Kirby to the inside into 3. Can he get the car to rotate down there like Gallus did? And he does, and he is going to pull right back out. Almost cleared him. Going to have the edge just barely at the line. This is a battle for 11th. Marcamini having blinking issues right now. He is back in the field. He is blinking like a madman. It's just on and off, on and off, on and off on timing and scoring. Let's get the tree going. Sorry, I have not showed you that. There you go. There you see Wags out to a 1-second lead. This is the closest battle on the racetrack for position. Ooh. Kirby might have grazed the wall a little bit, cost a little momentum. Here comes Hugo Gallus back again to the inside. Can Longhorn rotate there? Not quite. Longhorns need to stay back behind Kirby.
So, to the reference, people don't know about this track. You have to use the sign, so you have a here in your right. That's the sign where you can use to make the break. Maybe some of the sign you're maybe decide, oh, this is the sign you can make the break.
Ooh. Sorry,
later.
big run by Jacob Collins. 2 positions. on that lap alone coming out of turn 4. He got around Clindy and got around Herrick. But you're right, though. You see these markers as we're riding along with Jacob Collins, the 500, 400, 300, 200 coming into turn 3. You can't just take this track flat foot. You have to, there's some finesse around this place, isn't it?
Yeah, so you have to at least to have some reference to brake. And it's really difficult. Oh, that's why Clendy touched the wall on turn 4 and he lost the position Collins. And then he make the pass of Jim Herrick. And also play a lot with you have to play a lot with brake bias and stuff to don't. I said in my mind, you said, oh, if you play with a little bit, you don't burn it too much on the front or burn on the back. So you have to play with that to try to at least make some, and it works. It sounds stupid stuff, but it works. Actually, it works a lot because when you're changing every 10 or 15 laps, the brake is much better when you change it from back to the front or front to the back.
We are riding with second place in points right now, Jacob Collins.
I see Jim Herrick touched the apron, and of course I went to the position for him.
Going back to we ride with Jim Herrick here, but riding with Jacob Collins, you can hear the different sounds of the car. So that is a new audio file. Car sounds a little bit more real. They've also changed the graphic look of the aero screen. It's a little bit different. And of course, the biggest change is this right here, the new Cosworth wheel. That is more accurate to what the drivers actually use in real life now. Now, all this information that you see here, all, these little bits of data that you see there, all this, that is just a static picture. That is not updated for us, so we do not know real time what the car is doing. However, and I think iRacing does that to allow people not to, I don't want to say cheat, because if you watch an IndyCar race and if you watch an in-car camera in IndyCar, you'll see real-time data right there. So I don't see why they protect that data if you watch a real IndyCar race. Certainly if you have the app, I believe if you have like the app and you're out of country, you could stay with certain drivers and just watch their in-car. I think you can see all that data on their wheel anyway, so I'm not sure why they protect that, but that's one of the new things. So we're riding here with Jacob Collins as he's coming off of turn 4. Here's in fourth gear. He's going to hit fifth gear right there at the line, and then he comes into turn 1 and 2. Here's a big bump right here. Boom. Boom. There it is again. And he's 100% throttle turn 5 all the way around until he gets to the brake boards here. 200, 300, 150, 100. And now he starts to brake. Get down to the white line, down the third gear, off the corner. But this is very typical Motegi. That's what Lewis is trying to tell you. What we're seeing here and the way that the field is spread out, this is very typical Motegi, where you start seeing cars separated by half second, a second, as the runs get longer.
Yeah, sometimes it's. Oh, well, I remember one. I wasn't bored. I was lead, and I was lead for a lot, for maybe 3 or 4 seconds on the lead. And the only problem about this is when the yellow flag is coming out, when you come into the pit, that's the big problem. The field is set it again. I remember I lose the race because the yellow flag. So the only issue could be for Wagner now is when he come into the pit, it's gonna have a yellow flag or also a lap down in between you. So you have to maybe decide when you have to come in. I always said to the end, but sometimes when you see you're slow you have to come in before. So that's why you have the timing in your screen to check what is your timing. Also, we have a lot of tools to check your timing, but that could be good for them. So, but that's the thing what's happening in Motegi. The first the leader always going on the front alone, and then Rickney have to little pull away to try to stop her getting close to him, but the stop is really far. Yeah, 1.3 on Rickney. And also try to don't. Oh, Rickney on the wall. That's what I want to mention. It's not about the make the turn. It's also be careful on turn 4. That's the only issue. Hit the wall. You thinking you're coming, but again he touched the wall for 2 times. So Rickney gonna lose another. Sorry, Henrik is gonna lose another position on with the Raven.
And lets him on by now. Herrick down 4 spots. Had a real good starting position. Now he is an 8th. Right behind him is his other driver, Devin Ramsey. Hit that big bump there in turns 1 and 2. Pretty much 100% throttle from the second you come off of turn 4, or the earliest you can get into the throttle off of turn 4. You're 100% throttle until right about this point right here in turn 3, where you have to drop a couple gears. Oh, yes. Got real close. Michael Mixer has retired. Says he has a headset failure. That's unfortunate.
Oh, you know why? So iRacing changed the sounds of the iRacing. So maybe it's happened that last time they have a same issue in one of the. Oh, Henry, they have a lot of issue with the car. Maybe iRacing have a issue with that, so you have to check inside. Maybe it's that.
Devin Ramsey down low. We're going to go flirt with 3 wide coming off of 2. Ramsey gets to pass on his boss. Now his boss is going to make things difficult for Kirby. Kirby up 1 spot to 10th. Another driver having a bit of a rough go at it. Gary Lovern down 4 spots. He's in 11th. Oh, Jim Herrick and him are kind of gone back. Same thing with Jason Collins. Jason Collins in the Miller High Life livery of Al Unser Sr. in the early 80s. Down 4 spots. But still a long race. We got 100 laps to go. Still need to make our pit stops. We're coming very close to that. Now, my understanding is that this particular race set starts with 16 gallons. I believe the rule set is 100% fuel, but this particular setup starts. This is a fixed setup race. This setup only started with 16 gallons. So the first stint, if I'm understanding this correctly, the first stint is going to be a little bit shorter than normal. And we expect people to come around pit road really in about anywhere from 3 to 5 laps from about this point. I think going about 45 laps is a little too far. But you can save a lot of fuel here. And the case in point that I kind of talk about is in a Lionheart race, which is this is kind of a successor or the spiritual successor of Lionheart. We did warm-up races here, and I did a warm-up race, and immediately starting taking the green flag on lap 1 of the I went to engine map 5. And engine map 5, yeah, you're not burning as much fuel. You're also not going as fast as a leader, but where the playing field really evens out around this place is right here. You're looking through WAGs going through turns 3 and 4. That is where everything evens out. The better you can get through turns 3 and 4, the better you're going to get down through the rest of this racetrack. So if you can get in through 3 and 4 without scrubbing off a lot of speed, because you're hitting 3 and 4 a little bit slower than everyone else who's full rich, you could get through 3 and 4 and maintain your speed a little bit better down the straightaways. It makes you really tough to pass here, even when you're saving fuel. So I remember I saved a ton of fuel in that warm-up race, and I just basically said that, you know, a good strategy here is, aside from being strong on the undercut, which I expect Craig Forsyth to try to execute here a little bit later, is if you manage to get in a good bit of a rhythm of your driving, take it down to, fuel map 4, fuel map 5, and you're going to find you're not losing that much ground to the car in front of you because everyone still needs to get through turns 3 and 4, and it's all the same for everybody.
Yeah, I remember one race in the Lion Hair, everyone was heavy fuel except me. So it was like, oh, wait, why are in the same place with the Kraus, Brophy, Harrington, I think so, the other one. It was Maleska round 2. I said, what? Why are you in the top 5? And then I see him, Matt Taylor in front. It's like, okay. And then I figured out, I start to make the pass. This guy is so fast, but I didn't realize I have to change my map to 5 to try to survive and make less stop. And that's happened. So, and then I figured out they put less fuel, and I put more fuel, and then I finished in 15 or something like that. But it wasn't. I thought, oh, maybe I'm gonna finish top 10, top 8, because at some point I was in top 5, but it wasn't like that. So it's like they start to save fuel in the moment when green flag's out.
Yeah, here comes the first takers of pit road. It is Jim Herrick.
They say black flag for me.
Yeah, I see black flag as well. So looks like he's sped coming into those cones. Oh. And it is very hard, very easy to do. Getting on the pit road is very hard here. Oh, I expect Wagner to come to pit road anytime now. Matt Wagner is your leader. Rigney second, Stouffer third, Collins are second in the points. He is fourth on the racetrack. Clindy in fifth. Oh, Wags getting wide off a 4 there. The last time we came here was round 8 of season 1. A very exciting race. We went 125 laps. It was so exciting that Rigney put 5 extra laps onto the race distance here. So we're going right at 200 race miles. And here comes our leader to pit road. Look as he gets off the banking and has to get down to the 45-mile-per-hour speed limit at those yellow cones. And now it's a long roll. Here comes Jacob Collins coming to pit road. Clindy coming to pit road.
Oh, side-by-side way there.
I think Forsyth came in at the same time.
He made the pass in the pit stop.
But Wagner won the race by just a tenth of a second over Chris Reagan, who's not in the lineup, and Dean Darth Ball not in the lineup as well. Finished third. Rigney finished fourth. Justin Kirby in fifth. Clindy gets in there somehow.
And he hit the wall, actually. Oh, lucky him. We have a... Oh, he didn't use, but lucky.
And here comes Devin Ramsey's going to stay out. Kirby's going to stay out. Rigney. Galla's going to stay out. Rigney on pit road right now. He's coming in with Chris Stouffer, so they both hit their marks. Up on the jacks. Full tank of Shell Racing fuel. New set of Firestone Firehawk tires down off the jacks. Down and away. And Rigney actually gets out of the box a little bit quicker than Stouffer and manages to get a little bit of an edge there.
Oh, Ramsey, I think so. Didn't catch the.
Ramsey missed his pit in, and now is he in the danger of running out of fuel?
Oh, yeah, I think so. Oh, that sucks.
He is milking the tank, and that is going to make a long race even longer. And I think he's got in the neutral, and he's clutching and coasting right now, and the engine is dead. Devin Ramsey is dead stick at the moment. Needs to get down to the pit road speed limit. Did he get there? I think he did. And now he needs to coast all the way down to his box. It's not that far down as opposed to everyone else, but still needs to get there. If he doesn't get there or misses his marks and needs to tow, like that, he gets there. And now you hear him restart the engine. Callisto now the leader. Jason Collins was picked up the lead momentarily. He comes to pit road. So Callisto going super long at the moment. 45 laps on this stint. He's decided just to stay in the draft and milk it for all it's worth. But he needs to come to pit road regardless at some point. I think he's heading in now. He was kind of open for a caution. This is the prime time for cautions to happen as we're getting on and off of pit road. But that's going to give the lead back to Wagner, who really, really likes this place and performs well. Rigney now will pick up second as he comes off the corner. Christopher is now in third. Jacob Collins will be up to fourth, and Clindy back to fifth. The kart track record. Well, when kart used to race here, was set back in '99 by Jill DeFerrin with a speed of just at, I think it was 219 miles per hour even when he was racing for Walker Racing. The IndyCar record was set in 2004, back when just a couple years after kart stopped coming here and the IRL started coming here in 2004. By Helio Castroneves with a speed of 205.762 in those normally aspirated cars. So the turbocharged cars had quite a fast trip around this place. The career wins leaders here at Motegi in IndyCar history. Adrian Fernandez has 2 in kart. Well, Castroneves, Scott Dixon, and Lionheart himself, Dan Weldon, have 2. The asterisk on that one is Scott Dixon is the only driver to win on the oval end of the road course. The last race here in 2011 was on the road course because the oval picked up damage during the 2011 earthquake and tsunami that happened in March in Japan. Also, Twin Ren Motegi is arguably decided one of auto racing's more popular mainstream victories, depending if you like her or not. In 2008, when Danica Patrick took her one and only IndyCar victory win, making her the only woman in the 100-plus year history of organized IndyCar racing to make it to victory lane. That was back in 2008 when she passed Helio Castroneves in the late going, and she was able to do a big fuel save there and get that win. That race is on YouTube. You should check it out. Back in 2008. It was also the last race before both kart and Indy Racing League combined to combine their rosters into one big series. It was also the same weekend that kart was running at, or at least the kart side of the championship was running at Long Beach, and the IRL side was running here at Motegi. Memories. Memories. 52 of 130 in the book. Thanks for joining us. This is P1's coverage of the ISRA and their Open Wheel Series, sponsored by the Sim Gaming Expo. We are 53 of 130 laps into this thing. 1 round of pit stops done, and we've been dominated so far by our pull sitter, Matt Wagner, who has been leading them all pretty much, other than when he had to come to pit road. He pitted on lap 43, so he's 10 laps into his stint right now.
So we can say, with all of this we just said, Buzz Cockins was the first IRL winner in the World Interest War.
Yeah.
And Danica Patrick was the last one to win an IRL, basically.
Yes.
Interesting. Oh, Gary Loven and Jason Collins. That's the closest one, to be honest.
Yeah, 14 cars still running at the moment. last time we were here. Trying to see. We had more cars than this. Yeah, we had 19.
Kind of.
And a number of drivers haven't returned for a while. Other drivers taking Monday night off. Maybe watching WWE Raw out there. I'm not sure what's going on Raw.
Let's see.
Hey, in December, P1 Broadcasting becomes a primetime home for Happy Hour at the Brickyard, your nightly destination for all the action leading up to the prestigious PRI Hoosier 500. The last kiss of the bricks for 2025 starts here. The countdown is on, so pucker up and don't miss a second of the action. Like, share, and subscribe to stay locked in, and we will see you in the last big Indy race of the year in December right here on P1.
200 days.
Yeah. Oh, and there is a caution on the racetrack. And Jim Herrick.
Oh, no.
And let's see what happened. Just gets loose off of 4, and we see this quite common, and goes to the inside wall. And luckily, because of the field size, when he rebounds off the wall and goes to the outside wall, there weren't a lot of cars there that he would come up and collect, but that was a day done for Jim Herrick. At least he's going to get the tow, and then he will get the fast repair. We're back under caution. And I would suspect at 17 laps into this stint, I would say come to pit road. I would say everybody's coming to pit road.
Yeah, sure, for sure. It makes sense to everyone. They have to come into the pit road. You wonder what is really interesting. Rickney have the fastest lap, but no Wagner with the clean air. I know you may be gonna say, oh, because the draft, but when you have a draft in turn 3,
it doesn't help you, no.
Yeah, exactly.
It also can really matter when you catch the draft, right? So let's say he just gets a good run off of 3, and he gets the draft of Wags going down the front straight, which is probably what happened. That's probably how he got the fast lap. But I would imagine. Let's see, his fast lap is a 27.818. Wags is a 27.836. So he probably got, and Clindy almost gets the position coming off of pit road. Not everyone came to pit road, though. Stouffer stays out. Collins stays out. Ramsey is going to get the wave around. And Forsyth, it looks like 4D Racewear kind of decides to split strategies as well. So 4D and Rogue Racing split strategies as Collins stays out for track position, which isn't a bad idea. Track positions means a lot here at Motegi. The ISRA Open Wheel Series is brought to you by the Sim Gaming Expo. Get ready for the ultimate simulation gaming experience. The Sim Gaming Expo is bringing all genres of simulation and gaming technology under one roof. Join us September 5th through 7th in Chicagoland at the Schaumburg Convention Center to try out the latest gears from the biggest brands in the industry, meet your favorite streamers, and celebrate your passion for simulation with our incredible community. Don't miss out. To learn more or to get your tickets now, go to simgamingexpo.com and be a part of simulation gaming history today. Link is in the description. Check them out, and then go buy your tickets. I will be there in September. A number of these other drivers will be there in September as well. My understanding is there's going to be a IndyCar race at some point that people will be asked to participate in.
Nice.
And somebody that might be on this broadcast might be calling the action. I don't know. It's interesting because when lights are out on the pace car, by the way, we're going to go green next time by. Stouffer, your leader, Collins second, Forsyth third. They did not stop. Wag stopped. He's the first car to stop. So he's on a slightly different strategy right now, along with Clindy, Rigney, Rick Ray Vaughan, Kirby, Gallas, and Lover. And that is your top 10. When we do broadcasts here on P1, I am also producer and lead commentator. So I run the cameras and I do the commentary, and then I ask smart people like LGN to chime in from time to time because they're better drivers than me, and they know these cars much better. And that's kind of how we do things now. And other streamers, the larger streamers, often that they have a separate producer that runs all the cameras, and all the commentators have to do is call the action, and that's it. So I'm kind of a bit of a hybrid combo rule as we get ready to go green flag as we see Stouffer go to the inside of the track, try to break that. Yeah, Rayvon stays put.
Nice restart over Rigney.
Gonna get a big run down the backstretch on the high side. Problem is, okay, he clears him. I'd say problem is he wasn't gonna have the draft, but he has the draft now, and Rick Rayvon up to 6th. Collins and Stouffer are really slugging it out for the position now. Stouffer goes to the inside of the racetrack at the start-finish line. Very wide front stretch. Whoa, Wags and Clindy about bang wheels. 3 wide going through the corner. So a bit of an interesting situation when if we do get a chance to call a race at the Sim Gaming Expo. As normally I'm a producer and commentator of all of our races, and I think the setup they have is the producer and commentators are separate, so we're going to figure something out. Trust me.
Yeah, mostly also the big one have that producer can make the, for example, they have a championship definition in one race. They put it in the screen, all the championship things, implication, whatever, points and things. But here we have to just tell by voice what is happening around the championship.
Kirby ripping the top of 1 and 2. Clindy has fallen back. I'm not sure what happened to Clindy.
Maybe saving fuel.
Maybe saving fuel. Yeah, and that's a big thing. Oh, contact between Clindy and Rigney.
Oh, no.
2 guys involved in the points race. Clindy to the inside wall.
Oh.
I think he'll be able to come around and get the fast repair. And same thing for Rigney, but this is going to be very critical to both these guys. This is championship impacting right here.
I don't know, but I think Clindy was loose. Let me see. Yeah, he was loose. He exit loose on the turn 4. And Rigney could make nothing about that.
Look at Rigney get a big run, which the run here that he gets makes me think that maybe Clindy might have some damage. Maybe we did see or just missed contact. There's Clindy loose off the corner, and that is just enough loss of momentum to allow Rigney to get up into him, and it is a total racing deal.
So I don't see any damage when Raymond passed him. Nope, nothing.
And he will definitely get the damage taken care of when he comes to pit road.
Yeah, sure.
Which there's Herrick Clindy. Clindy will be coming to pit road this time. He's got to be careful not to go too fast. He has 0 downforce on the rear. Oh my goodness, that was a close one. He can't get hung up on the banking.
Oh yeah. Loose. So yeah, you can see in the inside the camera, Clindy loose on the turn 4, and Rigney came with a lot of momentum on the back him and couldn't.
Now Clindy,
yeah, like you said, it's race deal.
Yeah, Clindy, where is the field? The field's coming out of turn 2, so he has plenty of time. Yeah, so I was wondering if he was danger of going a lap down. Okay, getting the fast repair for Clindy right now on pit road. Maybe not doing the fast repair. I don't see him executing the fast repair, at least maybe just went for straight repairs, decided to come...
Oh, no, he did, for sure.
I'm showing 0 for 1 on the fast repair in my timing and scoring now, unless it just updated for you and didn't do it for me.
No, they show me 0.2, so he did 8.3, so I can see the win appears in 1, so it's like, okay, he did.
I wonder if he comes to pit road again. And there's that purr sound I was talking about you hear with the cars when they're under low power. Kind of awesome sound effect. And it just an indication of how these engines are performance engines, and they want to be run at high RPM. They do not like to be run at slow RPMs. All right, so Clindy apparently did get all his damage taken care of, but he did it without the fast repair. I'm guessing that's the deal here, because he still has not updated, so he has not 0 for 1 on fast repair, so he has not executed it. But we're gonna go green next time by as we're coming to lap 70 of 130, so we're just past the halfway point. And this caution is going to kind of throw a monkey wrench into things. And Stouffer, now your leader. Stouffer, winner of 3 races this season. The one race that he participated in that he didn't win, he was on the podium. And the 2 races that he wasn't in, he just wasn't here. So, he's pretty much perfect for the podium as long as he shows up. He's your leader. Forsyth is in second. And is he going to be a good wingman to his teammate right now, or is he going to race him? We'll see. They get a good breakaway. Jacob Collins second in points in the championship, now third on the racetrack. Wags fourth on the racetrack, dominated the first, stint of this race. Let's call it that. He tries to run these guys down. Rick Ravon up 9 spots. Told you to watch this guy. He started 14th, a little low in the lineup, not sure why. Maybe just not agreeing with the qual setup, maybe. But he is up 9 spots to 5th. And our points leader right there. Rigney in the Ferrari red. Butt kicker. And we're going to go 3 wide down the backstretch. Callisto, Clindy, Ramsey. Callisto down low. Clindy's going to stay in the middle. Ramsey's going to stay up top. And we get through. Christopher with clean racetrack. Purple lap at a 197.2.
Jason Collins almost on the wall. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So when you're going first, you're supposed to be more fast than the other ones. So that's getting a little surprise about Rigney be the second car and be fast.
Clindy going to pop out on Ramsey to get that position going in the 1 and 2. I see Jason Collins getting shouted out in chat. He's up 2 spots. Started 9th, currently 7th. He's just a couple cars behind his teammate at the moment, but right now in 7th spot behind Justin Kirby in 6th.
Raven is coming with good momentum over close to Wagner. That's very smart to going up and then going down. Look at that. Nice on Raven over there. And now we have to brake a little bit late. Oh, it's waking. Oh, good save on Raven over there. And it's still side by side on the... No, now Wagner have the position. Yeah, you have to going up to don't take the dirty air, and then going down to take all the air and draft. Maybe it can break. Yeah, nice. So Raven. So just waited for the opportunity.
There are the weather conditions. We haven't really talked much about that. 72 degrees on the ambient, 105 on the track temperature. Track temperature is kind of up there. Not the hottest we've seen. Turns 1 and 2 flat out, very wide here at Motegi, and then everything just kind of slows down and narrows down here at the far end of the racetrack in 3 and 4. Not as much banking. This is, I think, one of the few 1.5 mile tracks that we race on that these cars really struggle to get to 200 miles per hour. Normally at a 1.5 mile track, the intermediate size track, 200 miles per hour is the norm. Here, 200 miles per hour is kind of for a select few up at the front. Big run for Rick in the middle of the corner. Here he goes. We're going to see him in the draft. Yeah, he got real close to the wall there, but he got a big run. He managed to pick up the accelerator middle of the corner. Wags comes up, flashes a little dirty air at Rick. Rick going to have another run down him at the backstretch. Let's see how he does going into the corner. Early off, early on. Listen to that. So he's backed the corner up a little bit. Big bump right here. Boom.
Oh, that's why Clendy is limited, because he used his computer. Maybe that one.
Oh, he's not on his regular rig. Well, I guess that might play games with you sometimes, yeah. Well, Clindy's young and he's he wants to do some traveling, you know, going to races and stuff. He'll learn when he gets older that there's no place like home, and just stay with the rig.
Oof. Tell me, when I take my G29, I come back to Chile with my laptop, actually, 60-inch. I came here for 1 month. I still use it. Raven's coming on
inside, yeah. Let's get the weather off there, by the way. These guys are battling out.
And then I went to New Zealand with the computer, with the 60 inches laptop.
That's right. You used to race on a laptop for the longest time.
And you know what surprise? I finished, I never said this, but I always said that about I battled with Bennett, I top split and blah, 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 blah. But I racing in the laptop. And then when I change it with this two Wagner on the wall, and Raven is coming back to the position.
Whoa!
Oh no!
Contact! Just a little kiss, but that wasn't a friendly kiss.
Yeah, Wagner said thanks. So yeah, I did that in the laptop. It was really crazy stuff, actually.
I can't imagine racing on a laptop. I can't. I have a laptop that can probably do it. I have a laptop with a 3070 built into it, but I can't imagine. That thing had to run super hot. Was the fan always like really loud on it and everything?
It's a MSI laptop, so it already have a fans, double fans and stuff and blah blah blah. So I can put in different performance to running more fast the thing. So it look like it's okay. But they offered me, so my team, my naked team, at that time, they offered me the VR. I said no, I don't want it. I keep going with this.
I can't even imagine racing with a laptop.
I cannot see the size I have to think about it. Somebody's on my side, on my right, on my left. I'm thinking. I can hear somebody on my right, on my left. But when I change it to the other screen with the big one, the 32 I have now, ultra wide, it was like, oh my God, what is this? It's a different world.
It was an eye-opening experience.
Yeah, it's like I don't have to put my eyes like when you're.
You were restraining them, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, with that I run in 24 hours, Le Mans, Spa, blah blah blah. So, but
hey,
you helped me a lot.
You won the but on your new computer you won the Elite Racing League's Hoosier 100.
No.
You won you won the Elite Racing League's Hoosier 100 on your new computer.
No.
You didn't win the Hoosier 100 back in May on your new computer?
No, I won the Freedom 100.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I say Hoosier 100? The Freedom 100. That's right. My bad.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the Hoosier 500. Sorry. Yeah, you won the Freedom 100 at on the Elite Racing League.
Man, but I didn't know he don't want to make the waving around and start to make it waving in the back straights. And I said, don't waving. It's like, oh, oops, I didn't know that. Sorry.
We're in a bit of a green flag run here for the last 30 laps or so. The leaders should be coming to pit road about any time now. That is Stouffer, Forsyth, and Collins. They'll all be coming to pit road. They're about 47 laps into their stints, respectively. So we expect to see them coming down pit road. And that will turn the lead over to Rick Ravon. Now, Rick still will have to stop again before getting to the end of this, but he is 30 laps into his stint. But for those up front, when they come to pit road, actually right about now, I think the window is open. Yeah, they could go. They're at 48 laps now. They had a couple. They went 42 and 41 on their first stint. We're 40 laps from the end right now. The leaders can come to pit road and make it their last stop if they want to. Problem is, they're going to have really, really worn tires by that point, so they might just want to wait. Very much, again, the LGN strategy of coming to pit road, just wait till you need to. But Stouffer and Forsyth, our teammates up front, we'll see if they decide to work together or offset pit stops. Jacob Collins, now he's the only lone rogue car in third. He has a decision to make. Here comes Forsyth, pit road. He's going to come and attempt the undercut on Stouffer. Stouffer stays out.
But you know what? The strategy is pretty good because if we have a green flag, we already figured out with 20-something laps with the old tires, they still keeping the position on front. So
yeah,
it's really don't matter about that things. It doesn't matter how this position is. The thing is, what if it's coming now? Collins coming now, also Jacob Collins. So it's very interesting how it's going to happen and how long it's going to be, for example, Raybon. And what is going to be also how you coming to the approach to the pit. So that's getting you at least a second something to at least getting close for the leader. So now Stouffer is pit.
Stouffer on pit road. Rick managed to get around Collins on the racetrack before coming to pit road, so that actually will help him. And now he is going to be the leader by himself. Wags is second, Kirby is third. Rick's teammate is Jason Collins in fourth. We got Gary Lover now in fifth, Clindy in sixth. Hugo Gallus 7th, Devin Ramsey 8th. Now we'll see where some of these other drivers with this pit stop come out. Stouffer coming off of pit road right now. Collins off of pit road right now. Where does Forsyth grab him? Does he gets the undercut help here? He gets around Jacobs. Does he get around? No, he's not going to catch Stouffer.
It's far. Both of them, Jacob Collins and Forsyth, very far away of what is? Oh my God, Stouffer. So they have 3 cars in front of him.
Yeah, and not just they have 3 cars separating them, but they have a lot on the racetrack. Back to Forsyth, up the Stouffers, 2.3 seconds.
You know what the other issue about this? You're running by 50 laps with old tires. You're thinking when you have a new tires, the car is gonna have the same performance. No, especially in turn 3, you're thinking the car is gonna make the thing. So I already saw the mistake of Stouffer. He went to the apron. So he have to be careful that because now he have a lot of grip. So he must to make the turn a little bit more careful because it's gonna go to the apron, and you can catch the apron with that grip.
Your leader now is Rick Ravon. Rick has been the leader here for the last couple of laps. He's 39 laps into his stint. He stopped last at lap 60. We expect him to come to pit road anytime here now in the next 10 laps or so. Same thing with Justin Kirby, same thing with Jason Collins, same thing with Gary Lovern. They all pitted on lap 60.
So
here goes
sure.
Forsyth underneath Lovern. No, this is not for position. This is just for track position. Go ahead.
So for sure, Raven is gonna stay out until
the bitter end. Yeah.
We already something we saw it many times here. So better stay out because he can make a little more gap on Stouffer. But the thing is, Stouffer, it is it's possible line. It's 2/10 faster. Yeah, it's still 2/10 faster than the Raven because have a Kirby on the front. So the moment he passes a Kirby, it's gonna be maybe 3 or 4/10 faster than the Raven. That's gonna be a handicap for Raven stay out for sure.
Big rotation on the bottom there for Stouffer.
Ooh, look at it close.
Oh, took it wide there as he. That's what happens when you kind of hug that apron. Oh!
Oh no!
Whoa! I don't think that was meant to be a move, a dirty move or anything. I think he was just trying to get to the bottom of the racetrack and maybe let the leader go by. And we have debris getting shed, but everyone seems to be forgiven.
He lose. Oh my God! iRacing. So Stouffer lose the front wing.
Yeah.
Put it back the front wing of Stouffer. Wow.
Jason Collins coming off of pit road. He stopped just did a stop at 43 laps in, so he is done for today on pit road. Final stop. So when does our leader Rick come in? He's not going to go to the end. He can't go to the end. Now I say that and watch him, stay out and do it, but I don't think the math exists. Lionel Callisto on pit road, coming off of pit road now.
The standings. So there it is. So basically top 8 is everyone in the grid. So Raven's coming now to the pits. Actually, it's calling.
And Callisto, purple lap. Oh, Rick! Oh, no purple. No, I'm saying there's a purple lap, but no black flag there for Rick. Got close.
And Wagner's coming close to the Forsyth.
Not sure Rick did. He might. I think he hit his marks. Let's go back to that battle with Wagner and Forsyth. This is for position.
Oh, look at it close.
Forsyth taking the defensive line in the one. It's going to force Wags to go out wide. There they pass Rick. Now Rick's going to have really fresh tires and a very limited window to run these two down. He'll have time, but can he do it now? So that hands the lead over to Gary Lovern. He's coming to pit road right now. That will hand the lead over to Clindy. Clindy having a bit of a rough race. I think he's just wanting to get to the finish of this one. He has a second lead over Hugo Gallas, who's currently in second now. Gary Lovern on pit road is third. Stouffer will pass him here in a moment. Here's Stouffer coming off of 4 with a big lead all by himself. While Wags and Forsyth still continue to race each other. He wants to see that. Clindy on the high side of Kirby. Clindy will stay out for another lap. He's 43 into this stint. I suspect he can get into the 50s possibly, but I don't think he can go without a splash here at the end. 20 to go. Thanks for joining us, everybody. This is round 9 of 14 of the Sim Gaming Expo ISRA Open Wheel Series, coming to you from Twin Ring Motegi, where Clindy's your leader, but he's still going to have to come to pit road. With 20 laps to go, down 19 laps to go. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel so you'll miss out on the next race. The next race for us here in the Sim Gaming Expo ISRA Open Wheel Series, it will be July 7th. That's right, a couple weeks from now when we head back to the States. And then we go to the 1 mile oval at Phoenix Raceway. Coverage starts at 9:35 p.m. Eastern time right here on P1. Don't miss it. Again, that's
Nice.
July 7th. A little bit of a break for us on Monday nights.
Is coming Raven. Gonna be enjoy the party over there with the Forsyth 3Y. And oh yeah, that surprise.
Oh, big flash of dirty air by Wags as he cuts down right in front of Rick.
Yeah, better for yes. For exactly. You have to give it a draft to, but the problem is Forza is little slow because of the old tires. That's why Wagner is give it to the draft to Forza, and now oh no. Oh, they have a contact.
Yeah, there we have battles all over the place. Kirby and Collins is getting really close now, too. Rick gets around Craig. The difference in tires, Craig, 21-lap-old tires. Rick, 6-lap-old tires. Now, tires do matter, but once the tires equalize, that's when really the paces equalize. You will see that eventually the air that's coming off of Wag's car is just going to really start to hinder Rick here unless Rick can get around him in fairly short order. That's what Rick wants to do. And might allow Craig to get back into this fight.
Yeah, well, kind of difficult, but good thing about Wagner is basically look like the leader because he have a 4.2 distance on Stouffer, so he have a clean air to do whatever he want. So basically it's like you're the leader of the race. You have a clean air. You can maybe have a chance. You know, Raybon have a good effort to make maybe kind of crazy pass, and he can do
Leader,
it. But,
pit road. Yep.
Yep.
Leader on pit road. That will turn the lead over to Hugo Gallas. Clindy did not speed on pit road. It looked close. Now, Hugo Gallas pitted on lap 68 last. He's now 50 laps into his stint. He might be coming to pit road this time based upon his position down the back stretch. He stays to the inside. Yes, and he comes off the banking and hits the cones right at the mark. And that will turn the lead over to Stouffer when he gets back around to the front straight. And he is your new leader. And Wagner and that battle behind him is now 3 seconds. But with 12 to go, that is certainly, without a caution, very insurmountable. As Craig Forsyth and Kirby racing for position. Kirby on the high side. Kirby having a great race. He is up 7 spots. Oh, we're going to go sliding through the corner. We're caution. What happened here? I think the back end slowly came around on him. I don't think there was any contact. He had the position. I was just hyping him up here, saying that he... Did we have contact? Was there net code? No, yes, there was. He slides through the center of the corner.
Two weeks in a row, Craig said Kirby.
And we'll watch them as they go down the backstretch here and see what happens. And I would imagine everyone's going to come to pit road. I can't imagine Stouffer staying out there, and he might stay out. We'll see. And well, he sent it there. Oh. That's unfortunate. I mean, I personally know Craig's not a dirty driver, and I don't know if they're feuding right now because of that. Very unfortunate, for sure. Looks like a racing thing to me. What's the matter?
Okay, I think... Oh, you see them board on Kirby. So Kirby have a little bit like lose the car?
Yeah,
because it's like moving?
Yeah, I think he got surprised that Craig set it on down there and maybe jerked the wheel a little bit. We didn't do an in-car on Kirby, but could maybe do that here.
Very interesting.
Well, we won't be able to see anything with the driver inputs there, but we'll remove the tree. And he turns in. Do we see him get loose real quick? There's a little bit of a counter steer for loose. And I'm not sure if he expected Craig. There was room on the bottom, and he expected Craig to send it in there. Yeah. Hate seeing it. Both are quality drivers. Both are very quality drivers. And, you know, you just hate to see that happen, especially late in the race. But we're going to have ourselves a late race sprint here between 4 drivers at the top 4 that have hundreds of starts in these cars. Then the guy in P5 who has been sim racing since the 90s, Jason Collins. Then we got Rigney, who is the points leader, and the thing is, he's ahead of the guy who's second in points, Jacob Collins, who's back in 12th. Jacob Collins decided to come to pit road at 122 to throw on new tires. He's going to send it here in this. But Rigney's in an opportunity that if Stouffer and Rick and Wags and Craig all start to really race and they all wreck, Rigney then, all he does is, drive to survive and get a good finish, and he leads the points yet for another week going into another race. So he's in a very prime position right now. But Stouffer looking at win number 4. We will go green with 7 to go, looking at win number 4 this season. In races that he's participated in this season, everybody, he has not finished off the podium. There's been 2 races where he is unable to make the lineup because he was being super dad. And, of course, we just came off of Father's Day weekend, so we salute all the super dads out there, including my own. And so he is down 2 races in the standings to everybody, but he is doing what he needs to do, and that is putting up wins. Right behind him, we have Rick trying to generate some heat in the front tire. I'm not sure if that does it, but he's letting it go. And Chris Stouffer takes off early. And he has himself a big lead going into 1. 0.4 of a second already.
Kind of weird restart. They crossed the line. They don't have the green flag out yet. So
here comes Jason Collins to the inside of Forsyth and move him up the 5th. Collins, he was kind of hanging out in the back for a lot of this race, and now he's moving forward at the right time. Closers be closing. Stouffer, leader by 0.4. Rick running him down just a little bit. He still has time. Goes to the inside, down the backstretch. Rick's going to stay right in the draft. 0.3 using that draft to suck up closer. But this is where it kills him. Right here in turns 3 and 4. That draft turns into arrow push. Down the front straight. Stouffer trying to break the draft again. Rick now back to 0.3. Going to have a big run coming off the high side in turns 1 and 2. Look at him try to move on up, coming off the corner. Stouffer goes back again to the inside, trying to break the draft. Rick not following as closely, knowing that he's going to scrub off speed before they get to turns 3 and 4. Holds his line a little bit higher on the racetrack. Comes through 3 and 4, down the front stretch. Stouffer back to the inside. Rick trying to run him down, still can't get within 0.2. He's at 0.2 right now. 4 to go. And again, Motegi delivering a photo finish, just like we saw last season. Again, Stouffer trying to break the draft down the backstretch once more time. Rick is now within 0.2, now within 0.1, into 3 and 4. He stayed a little bit higher.
Oh, today from Raven, a little bit lose the time over there. But you know what? Some people told me if you make the zigzag in the car, it doesn't work a lot in the sim racing. And now you kind of figure out this lose the time, and also don't get desperate, because when you get desperate, it could be hit the wall. So you have to at least look at that. The transition on Raven is different now. Look at that, almost he went to the wall. So it's like kind of desperate to get the win.
And Stouffer has older tires than Rick. Rick should, in theory, be able to run them down a little bit easier. But again, I think we're at that point in the race where the tire trade-off has been met. And right now, track position means more than new tires as Stouffer leads by back to 0.3 again. Here comes Rick. We're coming to the white flag this time by...
Oh, he's going to the wall. Oh no, he hit the wall.
He hit the wall, and that might have decided this race. It might even open the door for Wagner to get the drop on him and 2 on the highs and 1 and 2 in the high side. Rick lost a lot of momentum, but Chris Stouffer down the backstretch now by himself, leader by 1.3 seconds, and he is going to be your winner if he just gets through 3 and 4 for the 4th time this season. Chris Stouffer going to win again here. In the ISRA, coming off the corner, Wags cuts off Rick and comes home second. Rick comes home third. Jason Collins, great run for him in 4th. And Lionel Callisto, where the heck he come from? He came home 5th.
Yeah, with 11th spot. You're right. So that's what I said. So Raven make the good track, good track moves. So he brake before going slow, high to low, and at some point he started to make the transition in rectal. So it's like oh, that's a different thing. So that's why he went to the wall and lost position on Wagner. So anyways, he had a good effort for Raven to try to make it, but he didn't.
And there you see your final stats here, your standings. Stover the win, Wags in second, Rick Ray-Vaughn in third. That is your podium. Jason Collins, great finish for him. That might be his best finish of the season. In fourth, Lionel Callisto very quietly comes up and finishes in fifth. And I believe he might be your Luis Gonzalez driver of the race.
Yes, sir. So Callisto, it is. Because Raven finished the podium.
Jacob Collins comes home in sixth. And the key thing for Collins is he finishes ahead of Rigney. So we might see a change in points. We don't know yet. We'll see when the points are updated. Craig Forsyth in seventh, Clindy in eighth, Rigney ninth, Devin Ramsey in 10th. Gary Lovern in 11th, Gallus in 12th, Kirby. I'm sure he's not happy with this 13th. He was solidly in the top 5 when that incident happened. Jim Herrick in 14th, Micah Mixer, audio issues in 15th, Mark Amini, blinking issues. Comes home 16th.
That's why Jason Collins complaining against Ramsey in the lap 128. Maybe Ramsey make the defense position, but maybe Jason Collins is already in the inside of him, so I make the pass for 9th position, and then finish in 6th after that.
And look at that perfect donut on the front stretch.
Yeah, I know.
We'll bring the camera back here and show that here just momentarily. There we go. Look at that. Look at that perfect donut. That's how you make donuts. Time to make the donuts.
Man, look at that, the tires. How is the tires on the back tires of Stomper? You can see the degradation basically for the donut actually, but pretty good. That detail, wow.
All right. And we will get into the interview room here. And we got those replays queued up here. And there's Rick Ray-Vaughn's day. He had himself a good day. He finished 11 spots. He would have been, if he didn't finish on the podium, would have been the driver of the day. But that's going to go to Lionel Callisto under the Luis Gonzalez Nunez rules of driver of the day. So Rick's going to
international rules.
But let's go ahead and bring up Rick. And here he is. Rick Ray-Vaughn finishing third here today, a drive from the back of the field. First, before we talk about that, just that late run, tried to run down Stouffer, even though you had the fresher tires. I think you kind of met that point at the race here at Motegi, where new tires don't really matter as much as really old tires, even though you had like 20 laps difference between your Stouffer's tires and yours tires. It just ran into the point that you guys were really on equal ground, even though the tires were that much different, and kind of hit into the wall a little bit, coming to, I think it was a white flag, and that kind of sealed your day and sealed your fate, because then it kind of opened the door up for Wagner.
Yeah, it opened the door for Wagner. I'm sure that made him happy. We made contact earlier. I went in turn 3, and it wouldn't turn in, and I kept trying to turn, and I was off the throttle, but I just kept push. But the setup was great. I mean, we got separated early on, but we just had to work our way up through. I gotta work on qualifying. I gotta figure out what the hell these guys are doing. There's got to be some kind of a trick. But I thought I had a pretty good lap going, but they're hyperjacking or something. But the Gould charge, and it's Gould, by the way, not gold. It's Gould, like Elliot Gould. The Gould charge ran good all day, and it was fun. Working your way up through the field. I didn't want to have to do that, but once we got up there, it was. I don't know. It got pretty exciting up there, and I thought we had enough to get Stouffer, because I think we had like 5 laps fresher tires. It's not that much, but the dirty air here just kills you. So there was really nothing I could do, and I tried to dial a little more jack or get it to turn, but it just push coming out of 4, touched the wall, and that was that. I want to say hello to my friend Dave Caruso. S Express, baby, back in a big way. Good to see you joining out there, and God bless you. And thanks for tuning in, brother. Thanks for your support.
Yeah, he checked in chat. Let's talk about the qualifying. That's the one thing we noticed right off the bat. Is just not a Rick Ray Vaughn type-esque qualifying effort. We normally expect to see up at the front, especially on an oval. But Motegi just kind of requires a bit of a different touch. Where do you find yourself having the most problems here at Motegi? Or is it just the whole thing in general, or is it trying to get the trick out through turns 3 and 4, or what is it for you that makes it a little bit more difficult than your average everyday oval that we see you run so well on, at least when it comes to qualifying?
Just qualifying. Basically, the problem is I think I don't really work on it. I'll put like maybe 10 laps in and say, okay, it feels good. We land where we land. And usually we land around 10th. So it's never good enough. But I don't know. I got to figure something out to qualify better, because track position is very important, especially in a league like ISRA, because, these guys are so competitive. It's so, it's difficult to have success here because they're so darn good. But, I mean, it was a great race. It was a fun race. It was fun trying to work my way through the pack and in the pit stops, and the yellows kind of fell our way, gave us the lead there for a little while. But I knew that once I pitted, they were going to get back by me, and then it was just going to be like, all right, well, let's start the fun all over again. But, almost had a second place, but we tapped the wall, and that allowed Wagner to get me. So top 3 is good. You got to be consistent here in this league. It's very important to be consistent. Anything can happen. I guess Glendy didn't have a good day. Something happened back there in Rigney. I heard something happened to him. I don't know where they finished, but to come up to 4th after having a miserable season and then drop down to 8th in the last race at Miami, being taken out by an accident that had nothing to do with me, is just wrong place, wrong time. So hopefully we'll start to climb back up, but we'll see what happens.
Well, congratulations on the 3rd place. I know you wanted more, and looked like it was going to be a little bit more today. And I think just the way that this current schedule looks like coming into tracks that definitely suit your style, I think you're going to do pretty well down the stretch run here. But I know we'll be watching you in the points championship. The points are up. We'll talk about the points here when we wrap up with your interview. But any shout-outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone you want to say hi to before we let you go?
Let's see. No, not really. Screw them. No, I love my wife. I love my kids. I love you guys in the booth as always. Mike Wrigley, my favorite person in the whole world, Matt Wagner. Love you, man. Sorry again we made contact, but it wasn't intentional. And I think he knows that deep down. He won't admit it, but every racer in this series, I'm actually surprised we had a pretty low car count for as good as this league is. I guess people were just, I don't know, maybe they were on vacation, but 16 cars is a little disappointing, because usually we have like 25.
Right.
But I don't know what happened there, but looking forward to the rest of the season. My Lord and Savior Jesus, as always, got to thank him for dying for me on the cross. He's everything to me. I love you, Jesus. And let's see, anybody else? Mike Wrigley, did I cover him?
Yep.
World's greatest league owner. Yeah, I covered him. And I guess that's about it. Thanks very much, guys. God bless you.
No problem. Congratulations, P3. We'll catch you at the next one. Rick Ravon, 3rd place here today at Motegi.
All right. See you guys next week. Thanks.
See ya. Let's bring up Wags. And there he is. And we'll bring him up in here now. And here he is, Matt Wagner. Started from the pole, and man, it looked like your day very early. You just got pulled away, and we were talking about it in the broadcast. That's kind of how Motegi runs here. If you can't get your passes done in the first couple of laps, then it strings out, and it becomes very difficult to pass. And the passes then were made really in exchange during the pit stops. And you found yourself a little bit further on back and had to work your way back up. And at the end of this thing, you did manage to get it back up to second, but the second half of this race was really nothing like the first half of this race for you.
Yeah, I totally screwed up my fuel calculations. When we come in for that caution, I was thinking about staying out, and I started doing the math, and I was doing math based on my last pit stop, and that was a bad idea. And I was going based off a 16-gallon tank, and that's where I made my mistake. And I paid for that one, and I lost like 4 spots in here. Like you said, track position is key here, and once you lose that track position, you get all that air wash, and it's going to be really, really tough to pass cars. You're really going to have to really, mash on your tools, bury your tires and get them so overheated. It's tough. It really is tough to pass here.
Well, we got the points updated here, and we can discuss that briefly. You are now, it's a 3-way battle right now for the lead. Jacob Collins has a lead at 384. Rigney follows the second now at 382. And you and Clindy are tied for third effectively. Now, I think the tiebreaker, goes to Clindy because he has the 2 wins this season. But you guys are both at 380. So you're only 4 points behind the lead here, and we are getting into the closing stages of this series. You've done well down the stretch in the previous series that we've done here. I believe in the Xfinity series you did well, and down the stretch. In the Truck series you did down well in the stretch. Are you prepared for a stretch run here in the IndyCar side of things?
Yeah, if I don't get nudged out of the way, I think I should. I'm sorry, I had to get that off my chest. That was just it was not sitting well with me. Once I got nudged out of the way, I was, the red mist behind the helmet.
Yes, yes,
it was there. So I kept it inside the cockpit. I'm not that type of racer to go out and smash somebody like that. That's not me. That's totally not me. But yeah, the points come down the stretch, you said, in the ISRA series. I've done well, like you said, but the consistency, it's there, but it's like maybe do really well at this track. Oh wait, then you come to like a Charlotte and I have like you're not so great, 14th, and then you keep stringing top 5s. It's just that thing in the middle. That's just I got to get over that hump.
Well, we just got one more kind of a short oval, a bit of more of a handling and finesse track, and then it's all super speedways or intermediates in this season out. We got Phoenix next, so looking at the schedule, it's Phoenix, then Michigan, then Atlanta, Kansas, and Pocono. And I know for a fact Michigan, Atlanta, Kansas, and Pocono kind of all feel in your wheelhouse. You got to be feeling pretty good, provided that you can get to the end of those races, that you're in a position, you might have yourself in a position for that championship.
I got a question for you. Is that proper Phoenix?
I don't know. It's a night race, so no.
Oh, okay.
It's improper Phoenix.
yeah. I've gotten a win in Julian's League in the VOR at proper Phoenix. It's a great track. The start finish line is where it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Sorry, NASCAR, I have to bash you. I'm gonna keep bashing you for moving that start finish line. It shouldn't have been moved.
Turn 1, turn 2 is exactly where they're supposed to be. Turn 3 and turn 4 are exactly where they're supposed to be. Yes.
Yeah, because I keep calling it the way it is. I'm so used to it.
Well, any shout-outs and friends, family, sponsors, anyone you want to say hi to before we let you go here for finishing second?
Oh, yeah. I'd like to shout out to Lionel Callisto being an awesome teammate and an awesome friend in this series. Raced together. Uh, it is what it is. He had a fifth place finish. That is great for him. I'm really proud of him. But he all smoked us at that road course. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
So I kind of really expected that. Shout out to Jacob. Great finish for him. Should have got third, but I think he kind of more saved his stuff toward the end, which was great. Shout out to the winner, Stouffer, good friend. Pain in the butt to pass, but it is what it is. Shout out to you guys, do the wonderful broadcast. You guys are great. I heard you pulled the double header, which is quite the feat there, Gary.
I know, I'm beat. I'm
once
tired.
again,
And all I sit here
I,
and talk and watch you guys, and I'm tired for some reason. I have no understanding why.
well, I said you're a beast. You do what you do, and I'm looking forward to Mark Murphy calling my races here in about was it 2 weeks? About a week's time on Wednesday. You want to tune in for that? So,
Right.
guys, take it easy, and we'll see you there soon.
You got it. Congratulations. We will catch you when we go to Improper Phoenix.
All right. See ya.
And he was talking about his Horizon IndyCar Series. That is Wednesday nights. That will be here on P1. We don't have the thumbnails yet to post those sessions yet, but the first race for them, as he mentioned, make sure to bring up a calendar. We'll give them a shout here. The Horizon will kick off. Horizon IndyCar Series starts on the 25th, so that is not this coming Wednesday, the following Wednesday, and that will be at Watkins Glen for round 1 of season 2. So that'll be their first ever road course race. You gonna be in that one, Lewis? You're gonna race?
No.
Okay.
Actually, they have a Road America also too.
Yeah, they'll have a second.
October.
Yep, a second race. So they'll have 2 road courses in that schedule, and that is the Horizon IndyCar Series. And I don't have. I guess it would search them out on iRacing to find out more about them there. I don't have a link to their Discord, but if you track down Matt on Discord in the ISRA Discord, he will, I'm surely, give you an invite to the Horizon Discord. But let's bring up our winner, Chris Stouffer. Chris Stouffer, winner today. Another race, another win, it seems like. But today, you used a little bit of strategy, stayed out on that pit stop, and got all that track position. And boy, when you get all that track position, especially here at Motegi, it makes passing people a whole lot easier.
Oh yeah, it was it was a strategy call right there. I was just gonna do whatever Wags didn't do. I was in third place at the time, you were kind of stuck there. You couldn't really pass after we got going. Only on the initial restart did you have a chance, and so I figured I'll take the clean air, and we all had one stop at that point, so it was just let's just get up there. See what happens, and I ended up making the right call.
Looking at the points that have been updated, you are now 6th, and two fewer starts than everyone else. You are 6th. You do have the 4 wins. You have to have the 5 top 5s and the 6 top 10s. But you are 370 points at 6th spot, and the leader is at 384. I mean, you're right there, provided you don't miss any other races, which you never know. I understand dad duty. When those pop up, those are mandatory calls to new service. But if you can make them out from here on the rest out, and you can continue with your performance, which we know you can, you're not out of this thing yet.
Well, I hope so. Hope you didn't just jinx me there. Commentator curse and all that. But yeah, I mean, what, 14 points?
Yeah,
I'd say I'm mighty surprised. To be quite honest. Looking back, if I didn't miss those 2 races, points might be totally different right now. I know at Indy I had to pull off right there with like 20, 30 laps to go, so that was kind of frustrating, and didn't finish at Road America as well as I could have. I got into the wall in Canada Corner and had to limp at home. Got ninth, I think. So, little things like that keeping me back. But I guess 4 wins on the season, top fives, all that out of so many races. I'm only 14 points out of the lead. I mean, I'll take that, especially with all the adversity that I've had to overcome. So, I hats off to Wags tonight. He certainly had the setup down. He had the fastest car out there, but this is one of those nights where I don't think the fastest car won. Strategy certainly played in my favor.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors, anyone you want to say hi to for yet another win this season.
Well, like always, 4D Racewear. Go to 4dracewear.com for boots and gloves, other apparel. We've got the Sim Expo coming up this fall, so make sure to check that out. Hopefully, I see you guys there. I can make it up there, I should say, from where I live. Other than that, to the kids, everything. It was a good night. I tried to get on the pole at the beginning. Wasn't able to do that. Kind of stuck in third place, so I had to do something different. It paid off. So again, I'll tell you that restart. That's not what I want to see. I did not want to see that caution there at the end.
I bet you didn't.
When I had a 4-second lead, I'm just cruising like, okay, hey, 10 laps, whatever to go. This is looking good, and then all of a sudden yellow. I'm like, oh no. That's not what I need right now, but somehow, some way, I was able to keep those tires cool enough and have something left there at the end to hold off Rick. I know he was going to come charging hard. So, great race tonight.
Well, congratulations. We move on to our last short oval of the season here in a couple of weeks when we go to Phoenix. We will see you then, but congratulations on the win tonight.
Thank you.
Now, he talked about, Lewis, the commentator jinx. And I don't think I told you this last night. We were watching the real IndyCar race, and I was messaging you back and forth. I had the worst commentary jinx last night. I was in the IndyCar community Discord, and everyone's talking about the race. And once Newgarden took the lead, he was really so much faster and dominating that race over everyone. I just said, that's it. That's the pass for the lead. And it's his race to lose at this point, unless nothing else happens. Oh. And within like 20 laps of me typing that, and I put it out there, and people are like, hey, I agree. Then all of a sudden, that's when the wreck happens, when he got taken out by Louis Foster. And the people like, Gary, you were saying, Gary, don't say anything else. Gary, don't talk about my favorite driver anymore. I had the ultimate jinx on him. And then I think I changed my allegiance because I'm still a Penske fan a little bit. And I said, well, we'll all root for Scott. And people are like, no, root for Scott. So, and I was talking about McLaughlin, but I ended up rooting for Dixon, and that didn't help him either much anyway. So, yeah, I had the ultimate commentator jinx last night. But all things considered, no commentary jinx today. About the only jinx that was kind of thrown out the window is the new livery jinx. Typically, most people, when they're doing well, stay with the same livery all the way through. Not Stouffer, man. He slaps on a new one and still continues to get wins. But a big win for Stouffer. But the points battle is it's all over the place. And really, your leaders in the points championship are there not because they have wins necessarily, although Rigney has one. But your top three or your top four, Clindy has two, but it's basically a third and fourth right there with Wagner. But Jacob Collins is your leader based solely on consistency.
Exactly. So that's the word. Like I just said, actually, it's been like that. So if you want to win championship, you have to be regular. Top 5. He have a top 5, 3 top 5, 7 top 10, and they don't have a win. So is the only one Stouffer over 14 points behind O'Collins, with 4 wins, 5 top 5 and 6 top 10. and 7 races.
Well, there's two things I also see with Collins as well, and also I see one thing with Rigney. If you go a little bit further on the points screen, and you could see this if you're part of the league, and our graphic doesn't show you this, but part of the extended stats that we can see is Jacob only has 18 incidences all season long, and in terms of people who have 9 starts, he has the least number of incidences, and he and Rigney are tied with the most laps turned in the league, both with 1,105 laps. So it's telling you that and Rigney's second with the least number of incidents at 19. So if you stay consistent, you don't make mistakes, and you just keep turning laps, that gets you into the points lead here as we start getting into the late part of the season.
Yeah, it's happened in the Lionheart in the Speedway Series one day when I saw Wagner on the lead. It's just because be consistent in every single race. And me, I won one race, but I stayed on the bottom. I was top 5 at one point, and then I went 8 and finished 8th position on the standing, just because I have a lot of incidents around. But Wagner finished on top 5 or something like that, but because they have consistency. So it's gonna be like this. But it's really, the championship is getting super close. We are still far for finish the championship. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go to finish the championship. But the next one doesn't kind of cut everything, because the next one is in a couple weeks more, in 2 or 3 weeks more.
Yeah.
And July 7th. So it's like everything is cooled down to have the final 5 until August in Pocono. So that's gonna be really interesting. I still think Stoffer, if he wins something, or if he can be in top 3 or top 5, could be on the lead soon, very soon, because it cannot be. It's really impossible. Don't win the championship with 4 wins races. So it's like who have more races win? Stoffer with 5, for example. They say thinking about it, you want to win something else in this 5 to go. And which position finish? No, if you finish 5. So thinking about it, how is consistent everything, and all the people is really basically finish the races in good standing. So it's gonna be really excited. Actually, the champion is getting really, really good, and we have a Phoenix, and then we have a open for everyone, Michigan. Then we have Atlanta, very hot. Then we have a Kansas, kind of like a strategy things, and then Pocono, something like a Michigan, but more between Michigan and strategy also too. So also momentum in track. So it's gonna be really good in the end on the end of these 5 races. So we have a break. That's good, but these people have to come back for more exciting races, because it's really excited. And I really hope all the people who have an incident today don't get it more hate about this. For example, Wagner with Raven. Reddy Wagner wasn't happy about the touch they have in the first couple laps. No, the first stint. Actually, second stint was.
Yeah.
And also Kirby was happy about the incident with Greg. So I hope they could be come back and finish this championship. So it's gonna be really good from the end on this race. So on the end of this championship. So tomorrow we started once again the 12 weeks on iRacing. So see you tomorrow. And one more thing to say is come back Goldberg again on the WWE. My God, they don't have nothing more to show in Raw. They bring Goldberg on match. So really, it's nothing nothing over there. So see you tomorrow.
I think this is leading up to Goldberg's retirement match. I think that's what it's going to lead it up to. So
with Walter, whatever his name.
Walter. I just call him Walter. But yeah. I can see him allowing doing the honors and hanging up the boots. Well, that's going to do it here for tonight. Let's see here. Your podium here from your twin ring Motegi is Chris Stouffer getting yet another win this season. Matt Wagner coming home second. Just missed backing up his win from a season ago here at Motegi. And Rick Ravon comes home in third. And his teammate shout him out in fourth, Lionel Callisto, also a teammate to Matt Wagner. Somehow storms the fifth. Last time we saw him, he was like mid-pack. He stormed it. I mean, a great run by a lot of these drivers. But that's your podium. Stouffer, Wags, and Ray Vaughn. Join P1 again on July 7th for round 10 of Season 2 of the Sim Gaming Expo ISRA Open Wheel Series as the teams and drivers head to the open desert of the American Southwest and Phoenix Raceway. Coverage begins around 9:35 p.m. Eastern Time. Again, it's 9:35 p.m. Eastern. And remember, as always, for the correct broadcast time in your area, you can find everything right here at YouTube at youtube.com/@P1 Broadcasting. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy, so please help support P1 with the weekly grind. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you thought of tonight's race and if you enjoyed tonight's coverage. Support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe. And while you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders so don't miss out on more P1's other iRacing programming, including this Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the return of the Saturday top split of the IndyCar iRacing Series as they head to everyone's favorite road course at Road America. Please join us 2 p.m. Eastern for all the wheel-to-wheel action right here on P1. The ISRA Open Wheel Series is brought to you by the Sim Gaming Expo. Get ready for the ultimate simulation gaming experience. The Sim Gaming Expo is bringing all genres of simulation and gaming technology under one single roof. Join us September 5th through 7th in Chicagoland at the Schaumburg Convention Center to try out the latest gear for the biggest brands in the industry. Meet your favorite streamers and celebrate your passion for simulation with our incredible community. Don't miss out. To learn more or to get your tickets now, the thing you want to do is really get your tickets now. Is go to simgamingexpo.com and be a part of simulation gaming history today. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook or follow them on X and Instagram. Links are in the description. So, for Luis Gonzalez Nunez, everyone here at P1, the Sim Gaming Expo, and the ISRA, I'm Gary Gatto saying all good night and thanks for watching. And to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again right here, July 7th in Phoenix for the next race of the Sim Gaming Expo ISRA Open Wheel Series. Good night.